So the next speaker I'm going to bring up here, Joe Barton's son. He was there during the bust. He was raised in his father's religion. I've known him a long time now. In 1989, I think I met him. He was young. He's probably one of the nicest, gentlest people I've ever met. He's also never spoken before in front of a crowd, so please make him feel welcome. Please give a warm End Cannabis Prohibition Albany welcome to J. Debberman.
Thank you. I'm going to read a speech I wrote. Cannabis, hemp, marijuana has been part of our culture. It has been used safely for rope, food, fabric, medicine, and religious spiritual purposes. It was essential for the development of our civilization, cultures, and world religions. Marijuana prohibition laws are a threat to our constitutional way of life. No one should be punished, persecuted, or discriminated against for exercising natural-born, God-given, and inalienable rights that existed before there ever was government or hospitals. We declared our independence from tyranny and oppression and started a Republican form of government with a Constitution and Bill of Rights. The Bill of Rights was meant to include all our natural and alienable rights. The Bill of Rights was written to limit and restrict government from violating our natural God-given rights. Our rights have been usurped by unjust marijuana prohibition laws. The government does not have constitutional delegated power to legislate the people's rights away with unjust laws. Laws that violate people's rights are unconstitutional and null and void. We are petitioning the government for redress of grievances because our rights have been violated by marijuana prohibition laws. We're asking the government employees to honor their oaths of office sworn to protect and defend our rights. To wage war on a group of American citizens for exercising their rights and constitutional way of life is an act of treason. We are asking to end marijuana prohibition. We have a right to privacy and to be safe and secure in our own home and property, free from government invasion and intrusion. No warrant should be issued for marijuana. With or without a warrant, we have a right to be left alone from unjust, abusive laws that violate people's rights. No one should have their home invaded and be arrested and prosecuted for marijuana. Jail time is cruel and unusual punishment for a victimless crime. The laws victimize marijuana users and does more harm than good. We are asking the government to stop violating our rights. We are asking the government not to be part of the marijuana conspiracy to deny people rights in favor of corporate profits and special interest groups. The lumber company, petrochemical company, and pharmaceutical company and prison industry give more campaign contributions and lobby with a lot of money to get police to make and keep marijuana illegal so they can profit. If this is allowed, the people lose rights. They lose one of nature's most valuable, renewable, economically sustainable crops on the planet. People are denied the right to use cannabis hemp for religious and medical purposes so big business can prosper and destroy our environment. Small farmers lose their farms because they can't grow cannabis hemp and pay their taxes. The rights of the many outweigh the greed of a few political and corporate special interests. We are asking the government to remove the police power to enforce the laws because marijuana and its users were never a threat to the public health and safety. There is nothing morally wrong with responsible use of marijuana in the privacy of your own home. Use is not abuse. Marijuana is not an addictive, intoxicating narcotic. It is an euphoric herb with non-harmful healing effects on your mind, body, and spirit. We as sovereign citizens have been blessed by our Creator, nature's God, with free will and jurisdiction over our own bodies, home and garden. What we choose to eat, drink, and smoke is our business. No one should be penalized for a choice concerning their body if they are not a threat to the public health and safety. We have a right to use cannabis for our physical, mental, emotional, spiritual health and well-being in pursuit of happiness. We have a right to self-medicate with herbs, with or without a doctor's prescription. We as individuals hold the right to make all decisions concerning our health, not doctors. Many of the world's people and religions use marijuana for spiritual purposes. We have natural, God-given, inalienable right to use marijuana peacefully and responsibly for religious, spiritual purposes, to attain a higher, more enlightened state of mind for meditation and prayer, to attain oneness with God and creation. We have an inalienable right to farm and grow crops that have been necessary for survival for thousands of years. Our founding fathers grew hemp. The Constitution was written on hemp paper. The U.S. flag was first made out of hemp fabric. Cannabis hemp was always a part of our religious, cultural, and constitutional way of life. The penal laws are unconstitutional because they usurp power from the judiciary. They force a judge to give a mandatory sentence to someone who broke an unjust law that violates his rights. What is being done to marijuana users and growers is the same thing as was done to the Jews and Gypsies in Nazi Germany. America has the highest percent of its population in jail, higher than any other country in the world. We do not want our tax dollars used to violate people's rights to put nonviolent citizens in jail. We can't afford the irreparable damage to our rights and the loss of civil liberties. Marijuana laws have to change because the people know the laws are wrong and we all know we have rights. Thank you.
Go ahead,
Jay Debberman, give it up. We're all going to be outside these guys' trial when they go to court, man. I hope you guys are all there with us.